Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 120 of Snakes and Fatman. I'm your host, Chris Eaton, and this episode is brought to you by, let's see here, Chimera. Listen, a lot of you people have ball python companies that are sucking right now, and Chimera will teach you how not to make that company suck, okay? They're fucking crushing it. And you should check out Patrick and Andre on Instagram at ChimeraReptile.com. All right, next we got, let's see here, Herps with their new fucking cool-ass purple chameleon logo. They're going to be in Slidell on July 20th and 21st. They're going to be in Sulphur, Louisiana on July 27th and 28th. They're going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma on August 3rd and August 4th. Going to be in Corpus Christi on August 10th and 11th. They're going to be in College Station, Texas on the 17th and 18th of August. Then they're going to be back in Sean Bradley territory, August 24th and 25th. They're going to be in Conroe in September. That's another big show on the 14th and the 15th of September. Then they're going to be in the Jew capital of Texas, Rosenberg, Texas on November 2nd and 3rd. Listen, check them out at herpshow.net. Let Sean and Lori know what a good job they're doing. And, kind of just, let them know they're the best run independent show circuit in the country. Anyway, all right. Now, look at that. Gray Rider. Shit, I better pull up Gray Rider's fucking website. Let's see. Shedtesting.com. All right, listen. You want tests? All right, I'll tell you who has tests. Fucking Gray Rider does. Desert Ghost, Puzzle, Genetic Stripe, VPI, Axanthic, Clown, Cryptic, Asphalt, Candy, Gravel, Hurricane, blah, 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 Hypo. If you want to know if your snake is worthless, get that Hypo test. Lavender Albino, Mojave. What the fuck does Mojave anymore? Special. Yeah, I guess so. Always knew that was cool. Lesser, Bamboo, Phantom, Mystic, Russo, Piebald, Ultramel, A and B, Yellow Belly, and Spark. Spark is another gay gene anyway. But anyway, go check out Charlie. Charlie's better than RGI. I know one of my big sponsors here uses RGI, but I would encourage them to use Charlie because Charlie gets you your shit back quicker. Shedtesting.com. Fucking tell Charlie what a great job he's doing. All right. Let's head into the old comments here and see who got here Reptile. Who got here Reptile? Who got here early? Let's see. Shauna, do your job. Thank you. Jen Kate. What's up, Jen? This is one of the hottest redheads in Florida. Paul from Large Marge, 50 minutes winner last year. Thank you, Paul, for coming. Creative Coralopus. Creative Coralopus is great because he really he really stood up for the porn star last night. And we had this Indian dude in there that was like talking about milking titties and everything. And Creative Coralopus was like, dude, like, shut the fuck up already. I appreciate you policing the room, brother. Thank you for always showing up. Demonic, what's up, Lenny? He's going to be the 15 minutes of lane guest tonight. This has to be Summer because God knows it's not Justin. Thank you, Summer, for coming by. Limey, my man. Limey. Limey's going to do a Storytellers episode. Actually, he already did it. It's in the pipeline on the Fatman Nation Patreon page. Carter's Coils, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming. Danny, what's up, Danny? I'll be down in Texas probably by the end of the year, and we'll hang out. We'll do dinner. You and your hot wife, man. All right. Let's see. Straight Fire, Levance. Fuck, man. What's up, Levance? How are you doing? Let's see. E-Town Exotics. Fucking that's it. Eatontown Exotics. Fucking that's the man. Fucking thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Low Life. How are you, sir? Thank you for coming by. Let's see. RNA Ball Pythons. Fucking another night of the fucking Batman Nation. Yeah, you wish it was the Batman Nation. That would make it cool. Edge of Panic. What's up, brother? Thanks for showing up. Who else we got here? Arvin. Game of Odds. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Arvin? Fucking Payush Patel. What's up, man? Oh, I know why he's here tonight because Another guy's on vacation on Monday nights, or at least for July 4th. But what's up, Payush? Glad to have you. I appreciate you. Blue Tongue Morphs, what's up, buddy? How you doing? All the way from Australia. We are internationally known, but we're known to rock the microphone. Anyway, I think that's all right now, right? So, I had a week, but like I want to complain about shit, but I don't want to complain about shit because it sounds like first world problems that I want to complain that I spend $2,400 a month on Uber Eats, and they still have motherfuckers bringing shit to me on a bicycle. Okay, so it's fucking cold when it gets here. Doesn't even matter that it's 90 fucking degrees out. They figure out a way to get it here. After I pay fucking $55 for 2 slices of pizza, I get it cold because the motherfucker's on a bike. So if you're on a bike, stop delivering fucking Uber Eats, all right? Nobody likes you, okay? We got some other sponsors today, but before I talk about that, go hit the fucking like button, all right? Smash that like button's mom, all right? Do something. Fucking go by the Fatman Nation, sign up. Go to the Fatman Nation Patreon shit. We do a lot of cool stuff there. And believe it or not, we got a lot of Discord shit. Yo, Payush, thank you, my friend. I'm Payush's biggest fan now. I hope I'm saying your name right, brother. So you are the man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Paul from Eugene. Missing leg isn't a first world problem. Yeah, but that's not what I was complaining about. Well, believe me, I want to cry about that every day. Anyway, go to Snakes and the Fatman Nation Patreon page. Sorry about that. And join up, have a little fun. Join the Discord and just talk about shit other than fucking snakes. Like, come on, people. I know that you have other interest, right? Like, fucking talk about movies, talk about music, talk about other shit that floats your boat. It doesn't got to be fucking a ball python lifestyle. I mean, those are the people that actually are the most annoying. They're like, yo, this is a lifestyle, man. Shut the fuck up. It is not a lifestyle, considering you made fucking $4,000 on your collection last year. All right. That's $4,000 for an entire year. All right. I'm just saying. Anyway, this episode is also sponsored by Reptile. That's my boy, JT. If you're not using a Reptile, you're a Reptifag. All right. Use Reptile. All these other claims about other substrate being better, they are not. All right. They are garbage. If you're just going to put some random fucking adjective in front of your fucking name and fucking be like, go for a cocoa, the chipper, that's all gay. It's all gay. And you're Reptifags. Get Reptile. Get a bag, get a brick, whatever. Go to reptichip.com. Who else do we got here? Who's next? Redline. Hopefully I'm going to see Robin by the end of the year. I'm missing out on the Canada trip that Redline is sponsoring, so I'm bummed out about that. But I might see the girls over in Daytona this year if I decide to go there. Listen, if you're not using Redline, you're a moron. You're a jerk if you're still using the other shipping company. That's all I'm saying. The other shipping company is garbage. Okay? Do a little research. All right? Find out about the people that run that shit. Garbage. Anyway, Redline Shipping. Check it out. Check them out at redlineshipping.com. Now, funny thing is, we're just going to get right to Lenny because I know that Lenny and Summer are the only reason that you people are here. So, listen, got to tell you about Clutch, okay? Clutch is the ultimate cloud-based platform for ball python enthusiasts. Okay, sure, okay? No more cumbersome spreadsheets. With Clutch, you can easily browse and manage your collection using advanced search filtering and custom tags. The intuitive breeding planner allows you to plan pairings, track activities, record clutches, and follow lineage through family trees. Then you can virtually hatch all your clutches. I mean, that's what most of these ball python people do anyway. They're like, what I could get is I could get this, I could get that. Yeah, but you end up getting that fucking $10 animal, and that's your own fault. Then you can virtually hatch your clutches and seamlessly add new babies to your collection with just a few clicks. Clutches advanced gene engine can make sense of even the most complicated pairings, and built-in shed testing through RGI automatically links genetic results to your animal records. Yeah, that's great if you want to wait 7 months to get test results back. I'm not saying anything, but get them a lot quicker with Grey Rider. Visit clutch.io and revolutionize your reptile management today. All right, you know what we're going to do now? We're going to fucking get ready to bring Lemmy. I keep calling him Lemmy. Why the fuck do I keep doing that? Fucking, well, because Lemmy was a rock god and Lenny's just a ball python guy. But whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, making the Fatman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
What's up, guys? It's Justin at Kinova. For the past 5 years, 15 Minutes of Lame has become a launch pad for so many new successful breeders and a badge of honor in this industry. It's been so amazing to watch the passion and dedication you guys have and to watch your businesses grow. Just remember, the next me might be you.
15 Minutes of Lame!
Yo, are we having connection issues tonight or what? Lenny, I can't hear you. Yeah, you had to fuck with the camera, huh? Everything? Nope, can't hear you. Nope, can't hear you. Yeah, go out and come back in. Holy shit. Nope, still can't hear. Oh, there we go. All right, we're really acting professional tonight for, having an employee of my biggest fucking sponsor on. We're really just, we're kind of just wrecking the whole fucking thing, huh? This is getting pretty, this is going pretty bad. And look, Lenny's not even here now. Anyway, we'll talk to Sky High Morphs. What's up, fucking Brian and Holly? How you doing? They're Patreon members. Wow, Lenny, have you lost weight? Fucking, I don't know, man. Fucking, Jesus Christ, Lenny just totally. I knew Lenny was gonna do this. Fucking MJ gave him 2 hours, and he was like, "Fuck going on a Fatman for 15 minutes." He's like, "Fucking, he doesn't know who I am. I'm fucking Lenny." But look, he's still not back yet. All right. All right, well, maybe he's here now. Here we go. Look at Lenny. Can we hear you now? There you go.
Perfect.
Lenny, you're fucking up my shit.
I know, man. I'm used to that shit. I'm sorry.
I really thought that thing was going to happen that we talked about.
No.
Where you would just fucking pull a Sean Bradley on me.
I'll redeem myself, man.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, Lenny, demonic reptiles. What's going on, brother?
No, man, chilling. You?
Yeah, this is what we do, right?
Living the dream, man.
Living the fucking dream, right? Well, Lenny, you know how this works. We're going to put 15 minutes on the clock, and that's going to start now. So right off the bat, I just found out you were from New York, and I know I should have known that, but where in New York you're from?
No, Brooklyn.
Fucking Brooklyn. Where in Brooklyn?
Bensonhurst.
Fucking Bensonhurst. I mean, that's hardcore Brooklyn right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
When did you go to North Carolina?
6 years ago.
Okay. And you like it better?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I wouldn't want to go back, but it's not bad here.
Right. Like comparing, what's the biggest advantage down there in North Carolina compared to New York?
No neighbors. A lot of
yeah.
I can find a parking spot, no problem.
No neighbors, great. How close is your closest neighbor?
Probably about 1,000 yards.
Fuck. Yeah. More than a football field away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking nice.
Yeah.
So demonic reptiles.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the name?
Pretty much my original name was LAC Reptiles, my initials, and everyone was doing that shit. You know, their name, their initials, and I just wanted something a little different. Seeing in the movies, watching The Conjuring, and I kept hearing the word demonic, 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 and I'm like, I think it'd be pretty cool to put it in front of reptiles.
Right.
And pretty much just went with demonic reptiles.
Okay. Well, I like the name. I like the name a lot.
Thanks.
And I like your reels. However, really, like, how much does it piss you off that literally everybody stole your idea and they're not doing it nearly as good as you did it?
I think one or two people were doing it before I was, but when I seen it, I'm like, yo, I could just way funny and way better. And then I ran with it. I think I had like 200 or 300 reels at one time that I made, and I kind of deleted about 200 of them because I just didn't like of the repetitiveness. I kind of gave it a little bit of a break, but then I kind of went back and made a bunch more because so much content to really do about this hobby. So I could do this all day long. But you're right, it is getting a little bit played out and, you know, overran by saturation.
Well, and if they were doing it good, okay, that would be different, right?
Yeah,
like if they were doing it,
I feel like
it's not even funny.
No, it's not. I feel like the content in the videos don't even line up with what they're
right. Well, what they're saying, yeah.
Or they explain too much. Because I know when I make mine, I want like maybe 2 sentences to really so you can watch, so you can read it and watch at the same time. Not read a whole paragraph, then re-watch it. I'm trying to get like you read it and watch at the same time.
Right. Well, literally nobody. I mean, nobody does it even close to the level that you did it at. So I would kind of. I would almost send a cease and desist order to these motherfuckers saying just stop this shit because you're looking like assholes. All right. So now you know I'm going to ask right off the bat. How long have you been doing this with the ball pythons?
About 13 years.
About 13 years. So you shouldn't even be on this.
Yeah, but I'm honored to be on this.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
A question that I have for you is why do you dress up like a hemorrhoid at reptile shows that you do?
Oh man, fucking limey.
Yeah, and you know who that question is from.
Did he at least pay? Did he at least pay for like a super chat to say that?
No. Limey's not gonna get. Limey did an interview with me, so I take that as payment because I'm
hey man, yeah.
Right. But look, he says right here, fucking look, your reels are better than your snakes. Right?
It's
Jesus
funny.
Christ.
People didn't know I even bred snakes. They just seen all the reels. Like, do you even do snakes? I'm like, motherfuckers. Yeah, I do fucking snakes.
Look, and just so we know, the fucking porno star is here, or either her or her husband. But either way, fucking celebrities in the house.
Hey,
and listen, I like this girl right off the bat because Tits McGee. How could you not like that?
That's like a great name.
Quickly say hello to VIP Gerald. I felt like I was giving you a hard time this week, so that's why I wore your shirt tonight.
Who's Gerald?
VIP morphs up in Canada.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so just some nobody that does some dumb podcast, right? But his wife is smoking hot and got really big yams, so she's a good person to have on. So what are 13 years? I mean, you obviously proved to yourself that this could work for you.
Yeah. It was a journey. You know, I started about 13 years ago. Kept reptiles since I was probably 12 or 11. But breeding for about 13 years. It was hard in the beginning because I only could afford co-dominance, incomplete dominance. Right. I couldn't do much. I was living at home with my parents, so every paycheck went on a pastel or a spider or a Mojave, so I really couldn't grow with those type of more, Yeah.
Well, I remember the co-dom.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a point where in like 2008, we were paying like $1,500 for a lesser, like $2,000 for a lesser, and you're just like, I mean, the amount that you could get right now compared to back then. Oh, yeah. Is insane.
I spent about $800 for my first spider ball python. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now everybody hates it.
Yeah.
And it's useless. Basically, you can't use it.
Yeah. It was hard to get rid of a bunch of them.
Yeah. Well, and what are you focusing on these days?
Pretty much a lot of DG. I like DG a lot, but I also like Xanthic. So I've been doing a lot of making a lot of double and triple hits. Pretty much the way everyone else is going, but
Right.
pretty much trying to do some DG Xanthic part instead of doing the DG Xanthic clown stuff. So I had that going. Working a lot with the paint. I like to paint stuff a lot.
Yeah.
So paint, DG, the hypo, the clowns. Pretty much everything recessive, honestly. Yeah.
I'm pissed off that like paint is one of the projects that I would get into if I was doing it now.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember paint back in the day in the White Plains. It was like going for like $100 each. And
that's what Limey told me. He's like, I had paints for $200 on my table, and I couldn't get rid of them if I tried.
Ian from Outback, he had them, and I would just like, look at red stripes for $50 and bought red stripes.
Right.
But now it's like shit. If I would have bought stuff then, but again, you don't know.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you never do. What's a single gene paint going for nowadays?
I want to say a male $1,500 and a female maybe $2,000.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you're into paint. You're into Desert Ghost. And Desert Ghost isn't kind of like a bullshit gene because that it's like a confusing thing now, right? Like fucking, it's either 1, 2, or 3 or A, B, C.
Even when people ask me like, "Oh, is it A, B, or C?" I'm like, I don't fucking know, man. Shit test to figure it out. I don't. Yeah. I bought mine and I just breed it as recessive, and I don't look into all that. Like, if it really meant something, I would look into it. But my breed recessive, so
right.
Yeah.
Well, 13 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much would you say that you put into it versus how much have you gotten out?
I want to say I put at least 60 to 70 grand into it, and I probably made about 150,000.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So is this your full-time gig or no?
It's not. It's not. It probably will be, honestly, in about a year or two. I wanted to make it a full-time gig right around COVID because I was killing it, of course, but I just knew it wasn't going to last. I just knew it wasn't going to last. So I kind of took the last 2 years after COVID. I took the last 2 years just making a bunch of triples and quads. Hits. So I knew I can set myself up because I knew the recession was going to happen. I knew it wasn't going to get bad. So I figured, let me build my army because I know things weren't going to sell. So I didn't want to make any byproduct. I just want to keep making stuff that I can hold back.
Right.
So I think I'm set up, honestly, in about a year. I should be good. I pretty much just work now just for health insurance. Both my houses are paid off, so I don't really need. I should be good. Okay, I should be fine in about a year or two.
Well, are you a show guy or are you more of a morph market guy?
I'm more of a show guy. I don't have a morph market. I know a lot of people ask me. I don't have one. I like doing shows because I don't want to send something to someone and they're like, this isn't that the animal that I wanted or is not what I expected. So I like to talk to people and actually explain to them. I'm not really trying to sell anyone a dream. I'm trying to sell them the reality.
Right.
And pretty much tell them like, hey, this is going to make you this or this can make you this. Not like, hey, buy this sunset because it's popular today. I'm not trying to do that. Yeah.
Well, good. And seriously, fuck morph market anyway.
Yeah.
All right. It really just just became a shit site. Has your dad come home yet?
Unfortunately, he hasn't. I haven't seen him in years.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Limey, for bringing up a very painful memory in Lenny's life. Fucking yeah.
No. My dad's in my life. I'll text you after and explain that story to you. It's pretty funny.
Right. All right. So let's talk some sponsors here. For shed testing, who do you use?
So I don't use anyone, but I recently bought a sunset test from Charlie, a gray rider. I'm just waiting for that girl to shed out so I can send the test over to Charlie. So
okay.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Well, Charlie does not give you a fuck you then. So that's good. Okay. Best shed testing place on the planet. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Have you ever bought a snake from Justin? And be careful how you answer this because one of his top dogs are on the show with you tonight.
Yeah, I probably put one of his kids through college, I bet.
Okay, great. You own part of that gate. All right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Right. Well, all right. So Justin does not give you a fuck you yet, but do you use clutch?
I don't use clutch. I'm probably gonna go with the other guys anyway.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. You're giving. Justin just took back that thumbs up. Oh, fuck you. All right. Have you ever bought a rack or an incubator from Chris over at Sea Serpents?
So I had a rack. I sold it. I'll be honest, it didn't do good in my basement. Held too much humidity. But I have the incubator and I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Chris does not give you a fuck you then. Okay. So it's all good. Have you ever been to a herp show?
I have not.
Sean and Lori definitely give you a big old fuck you. All right. So have you ever bought an animal from Nerd?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I bought a cow retic, which I still have, and a green anaconda.
Fucking Kevin does not give you a fuck you. Okay. Do you use Reptile?
I don't, but I used to be. I used to be a distributor out here. But COVID happened and I stopped doing it. But I do too many shows. I can't take the risk of getting mites. So no, I don't. I know. I know.
Yeah, JT doesn't want to do it, but he gives you a fuck you. Okay. He gives you a fuck you. All
Okay.
right. Let's see here. I know that you have a cool logo, but it doesn't look like Blake Stewart from Stewart designed your logo.
With some guy on YouTube. I mean Instagram.
It's okay. It's all right. He gives you a fuck you, but it's understandable. You don't want to, throw $30,000 into a fucking logo that's not your full-time job.
Yeah, pretty much.
And who do you use to ship?
Redline.
Dude, that's all I'm saying. Robin does not give you a fuck you. Okay. Robin is probably the best guy. Did you get the little fag bag from Robin?
No, man, I kind of wanted it though. I didn't get it yet. I wanted to, but yeah, I'm a little heavy, so I don't think it looked that good on me.
Dude, no, dude, I'm a little heavy, and it's killer for a dude in a fucking wheelchair. I'll tell you that. You just pop that shit on the side, and it's amazing.
Yeah, but I'm a walking hemorrhoid with a fanny bag. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but that would actually be kind of cool. Let me know if you get it. I'll send you some exclusive Fatman fucking jams for it. All right, where could people find you?
Instagram, Demonic Reptiles. YouTube. I don't really use it, but Instagram mainly.
And do you have a TikTok or?
No TikTok. No.
That's surprising. Like, why wouldn't you just drop your shit on TikTok also?
I just never got into it. Just never cared for it. Never got into it. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, yeah, you're too old for fucking.
Yeah, I never got into it.
All right, yeah. You ain't even gonna figure out how that thing works.
It was
a
dead platform until that's why I knew about it, but I don't go on it.
Right. Okay. And where's Demonic gonna be in 5 years?
Definitely still doing this. Hopefully in a bigger building, bigger facility, and just keep grinding. Really.
Do you plan on actually getting a facility? Like a Chimera, like a Kinova?
I would like that. I just want to grow naturally. Pretty much as long as I can grow naturally and not overwhelm myself, I wouldn't mind having that type of facility.
Right. Okay. And so right now, obviously, it's you have your collection in one of your houses, right?
Yeah. It's in the basement. My basement's about 1,800 square feet. So yeah.
A fucking Ralph Davis size basement. How many animals do you have right now?
Probably about close to 250.
Oh, all right. So that's a lot of work. Are you married?
I got a girlfriend. Actually, our anniversary is today. We've been together for 14 years.
Oh, that's adorable. And you chose to do this dumb show instead of taking your girlfriend out to dinner?
Yeah, I'm hearing it. But she's actually a big fan of you too. She thinks you're hysterical, so she don't care.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Do you have kids or no?
No, thank God, no.
Yeah, they're the worst, right? Like, fucking, why would you even want a kid?
I that type of negativity in my life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it would be nice for somebody to give you a little
Thank
hand.
you, Shauna. Yeah.
Do you have anybody that helps you there?
Not really. It's pretty much doing myself. Yeah.
Yo, 14 years. Well, why didn't you put a ring on it yet?
Nah, man.
Are you still waiting to see if you could get that better pussy?
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Dude, you're not gonna get it, right,
No,
dude?
no.
You have a weird shaped head. You're fucking probably short. You dress up like a hemorrhoid. That better pussy is a long way off.
It's gone.
So,
It's gone.
So fucking get married, man. Fucking do something good with your life. And do you have a Facebook?
I do. Yeah, my name Lenny Cristino.
Lenny Cristino on Facebook. All right. Well, you got 9 seconds left. Tell me something that you want to pimp.
Just want to thank everyone for watching tonight, and I appreciate it. Just follow me on Instagram, Demonic Reptiles.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Fucking A. And I just want to point out that Shauna kind of fucked up there because we were supposed to play this. Right? So, yeah. Oh, God damn it. Let me tell you, Sean, you are no Holly, okay? And
Hey,
thank
man,
God for that.
good help is hard to find, man.
Yeah, believe me, don't I know it. Lenny, thank you, brother, for doing this. And I appreciate you.
No, thank you, Chris. Big fan, Chris. Thank you.
I definitely look forward to seeing what you're going to do in the contest.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brother. Take it easy, man.
You too. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Yo, Lenny is fucking cool. I like him. I actually never talked to him before today. I've DM'd him and everything, but yeah, he's a cool fucking guy. I gotta say, even though he's from New York, he's not that bad. Listen, if you got an extra 20 or 30 grand to spend on a logo, don't go to any of these jerks on fucking Instagram or YouTube that claim to be designers, yet they're just throwing this shit into AI and they're giving you the first dumb fucking snake image that comes out. Actually go with a dude that actually pays attention and knows how to market. I mean, fucking Stewart Design has done things for like Buffalo Wild Wings, fucking Kinova, fucking USR, Cold Blooded Cafe, Rice Reptiles. I mean, seriously, if you're serious about your brand, use Blake Stewart over at Stewart Design. SD Design brands pretty much everywhere. So go check them out on Instagram. Well, all right. Yeah. What are we going to do here? I got to tell you, it's fucking hot in this fucking dumb hat. Okay. I'm 5 degrees hotter than 93 degrees out right now. So what I'm going to do is, I didn't even play the 15 minutes fucking outro. You want to hear it again? Nah, fuck it, right? Instead, let's just bring in fucking Summer from Kinova.
What's up? How are you, Chris?
We're fucking up tonight. We're fucking up. We're not good. We're yeah. I'm nervous about having you on because when I first was going to get introduced to you, I was told not to curse around you, not to be a dick, not to be, not to be my normal self. Okay. And even though I met you before and you did that leg thing for me, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
I'm still a little nervous about you. Actually,
no,
you're fucking 8 pounds and I'm terrified of you.
No, don't be nervous at all.
What do you do there at Justin's? Like what would you say you do there? Because
so my official title is business manager. But what I do on a daily basis is I basically answer every email and inquiry that comes in. I do all the international sales. I used to do all of the videos and all of the editing and all of that, but the with taking on all of the sales and doing more and more of that, it was hard to do both. And so we have Mason, who now kind of works, I kind of manage him. He edits our videos, but I film all the videos and I kind of strategize on what the videos will be about or what we're filming. And then he edits them all. So I'm doing a couple different things here, but for the most part, I'm the majority of my time is spent doing the sales.
Well, tell Justin you want a new title. That business manager title is fucking boring as shit.
Do you have any suggestions?
Creative director. Okay.
There we go. I like it. I like it.
Jesus Christ. That's a lame ass title, man. Do you miss it? Do you miss doing the video stuff?
Yes and no. I don't miss the amount of time that it took, because what really made it where I couldn't do that anymore was just that I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I'm a little bit of, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to half-ass it. So I would spend 8-12 hours on every video. That's a whole work day and a half. I'd be up till midnight or 2:00 in the morning, finishing stuff the night before. And so as I started doing other things, including working with Clutch, it just became unfeasible to do all of it. Plus we have the Patreon, so it's not just YouTube videos. It's also all of our Patreon content too. So I do miss it because I did enjoy it. And there was, it was fun. I like doing, the reason I started doing that was because I have always kind of done things like that, just for fun in my own free time, like learning how to use various internet programs, Premiere, Final Cut. I do music as well. So I like to do creative things like that. So it was really fun, but it just became way too much of a time suck to do it myself. So.
Right. Because how long have you been working there full time?
So I started working there initially part-time in 2019, cleaning cages.
Okay.
And then after like 8 or 9 months of cleaning cages in the morning and then leaving straight from there and going to my nighttime job, I quit and just did my regular normal job that I'd always done, which was teaching dance and music. And then Justin asked me like a couple months later if I had any free time and could work from home, just helping him answer social media messages. I think he had just known that I did computer stuff a little bit. So he's kind of lured me back in that way and then gradually started asking me to do more stuff.
Oh my God, how not professional. Okay.
Sorry, I don't even know who this is. It's some random number in a city that I don't live in. So that's always fun.
That's great that you just blurted out the number right on the screen there.
Listen, y'all go dox him.
Yeah, everybody call that guy right now and tell him what's up.
But yeah, I essentially just kind of got lured back into doing more and more, and then it became, well, can you come in 1 day a week? And then one day became, can you work full time again? And so that was
you could mute yourself and answer that if that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not an emergency.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it'd be even funnier if it was a sales call and they're trying to sell her a condo somewhere.
It's my sister. She's on vacation in Panama City, and I think she might be drinking. She might have been using someone else's phone.
Okay.
All is well.
All is okay. All right. All right. So you didn't do anything stupid like move like Chase did you?
No. So I'm born and raised in like the Atlanta area.
Right.
So Gainesville's a little bit not quite in the Atlanta area, but I'm a 40-minute commute. I haven't moved. I live in the same city that I lived in.
Right.
Thank
John,
you.
what's up?
That,
Thank
John.
you, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't move. But it just so happened to be serendipitous that Justin actually moved closer to where I lived when he built his new facility. So. Well,
and now you're married now, right?
I am. Yep. Going on 2.5 years.
How are you liking that?
Oh, I love it. My husband is my best friend, and he's.
Stop.
Listen, I'm one of the lucky ones. I dated one person before I dated my husband, so I found the person, and that was it. I didn't need to keep shopping around.
Just saying, that's a small sample pool, man. All right.
It took me a long time to get there.
Right.
It took me a long time to get there. So.
It's all right. I know a couple of people like you, so I get it. So now you're doing music more.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
that I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back into it more. I did, that was the main thing I did growing up, and then I kind of when I quit, because like I said, my previous job was teaching music, so I did that every day, all day, and then when I switched to doing snake stuff full time, I'm just tired when I get home, and being tired makes it hard to do things other than just vegetate. So I'm trying to make a concerted effort to spend time playing music again, because I do love it. So.
Well, and what's the goal playing music now?
I mean, the goal is kind of catharsis for me, do it because I like to do it. I don't have aspirations. I mean, if I woke up tomorrow and was a famous rock star, would I complain? No. Do I have any aspirations that's going to happen? No. So, I mean, I'm doing it because I like to do it. It makes me feel like I'm sharing something with the world. And then, ultimately it's just kind of a little pet project,
Right.
The same reason most people do snakes, it's just something you like to do. And even if you never hit the big bucks, you're going to
not be okay with it. All right. You could say it. All right. Because they are not going to be okay with it, because everybody in this room, with the exception of the porn people that I had on last night, thinks that they're going to make a living from reptiles. And what would you say the legit chances of that are?
I would say making a living is different for everybody, first of all. So it's one thing to make a living. A living for some could be 30 grand a year, 50 grand a year. A living for others is $200,000. It depends, first of all, what your actual day job is. And if you have a really good day job where you make a crap ton of money, it's going to be a lot harder to quit that and do snakes full time, right? If you have a lower paying day job that doesn't, you're not living some kind of fanciful lifestyle, then it might not be that hard to, if you're good at it, eventually replace it with the snakes. The problem there is that typically, if you don't have a nice job to fund your snake business, how do you get going? I mean, there's just so many different layers here. I think the odds of being a multi-million-dollar snake breeder is relatively low. I mean, there's a couple, maybe a dozen of them in the world. You know what I mean? How many actually are there? But your odds of making a living doing something that you love, I think, are higher. But I think you just have to be realistic about what that means for you.
Well, that's what I was talking to Shane Kelly about that last week. It's actually kind of nice to see the switch of attitude go from I'm going to be Justin to I'm going to make $50,000 extra every year on top of my day job, right? Because if you're making 70 grand and then all of a sudden you're making 120 grand, that's a totally different lifestyle, right? Like that's you're jumping up big time in that. And it's nice to see. I think that's attainable right now.
Yeah.
But if you're getting into it in 2024 and you want to be a Justin or you want to be a Miguel or anything like that, I think the chances are significantly lower that you're going to get to that point, right? Because I know I know hundreds, if not thousands of breeders, and I think 3 of them plan to build a facility. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's very low number. Okay.
Right.
So have you noticed a change in customer over at Kinova?
The biggest change that we have noticed over the past, first of all, I'll just say this. I think we have the luxury of having a really decent customer base because most of the animals that we sell are higher end. It attracts a certain level of customer that tends to be more serious, more professional, just easier to deal with. Now, the thing about ball pythons or reptiles in general, animal breeding, is that we still also make lower end snakes. Like there's no way to get around that, right? Like no matter what we do, we're going to have like snakes in a clutch that are not the high end animal, right? And we still have to sell those. So we do still have customers from somebody, everything ranging from some random guy trying to buy a $50 pet for his kid for his birthday to, somebody looking to invest 50 grand on, a single animal. Right. So it really runs the gamut. But what I've noticed over the past several years that I've been doing this is that it seems like there's obviously the boom. I kind of came into it, started doing it for Justin when we were kind of still in the COVID boom, where everybody was just going nuts. And we still have a lot of buyers. There's still plenty of people in the snake business. The average price of the animal is lower. Right. We sell the same number of snakes. The animals themselves don't sell for as much.
Right.
So that's the main kind of thing that we've noticed just trending wise. And we actually sell more snakes now. So it's not like people aren't buying snakes. They're just not buying them for as much as they did when everything was at that crazy, elevated, inflated, really price. So
right. Well, and I think there was a point with all the big guys too. And by big guys, I'm talking Justin, I'm talking Will Banks, I'm talking Ozzy, where they realized that they were leaving the pet people money on the table, right?
Right.
Because what happened, if you sold 600 snakes to a wholesaler last year, let's say.
Pennies on the dollar.
Right. And you realize that now you could sell them for an actual profit still.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think that people getting into it now are especially fucked because the bigger guys have realized that the lower end animals sell too. And if you're going to buy a lower end animal, you're going to get it from Justin or Bob or somebody, bigger like that. You're not going to get it from fucking Charlie in Arkansas. Right. So fucking, I think that you guys having access to the Rolodex that you have is great. But I think that you guys opening it up to those pet people is probably even a bigger deal, because I mean, I remember when Justin was not selling $300 snakes,
right,
where he's just like, I don't got anything. I wholesale all that shit out.
Yeah.
And and now you go to their table and there's everything from 300 to 20,000 at the table.
Yeah. And what I found and what we realized, I think, is that if we can sell it for retail price, obviously that's better for our bottom line, but also we know where the animal goes. And, you always feel a little bit better about that, right? Like, you know where the animal's ending up with. And then for us, I think also, we're realizing, and everybody should realize this, like the top of the pyramid exists because of the bottom of the pyramid.
Right.
Without the bottom of the pyramid being structured and secure and solid and constantly growing, the top of the pyramid isn't going to grow either. So if we want the industry to grow, to be successful, we want our own business to keep growing, to be successful, there has to be a pet market, right? And so we want to encourage that market to grow and expand. And I think one of the things that ball python breeders historically, kind of like you were saying, we're all so focused on the designer side of things, the high-end stuff, the cool projects and all of that. I think it has been neglectful of the pet people and actually speaking to them in a way and marketing to them, really. There's so many more pet ball python owners than there are ball python breeders.
Right.
And the potential for pet ball python owners is way greater than the potential for ball python breeders, right? There can only be so many people in the world that are interested in breeding ball pythons in their basement, right?
Right.
The number of people that are interested in having a couple in a cage in their house for their family is exponentially larger.
Right. Well, it's way different too, but when you talk to all these people who are like, oh, I love the animal. The animal is the most important thing. None of those people ever have one snake. All right. They always have 30 or 40 fucking snakes, and they're going to breed it and try and make money at it. And there's nothing wrong with trying to make money at it. You make the hobby pay for itself, right? That's fine. But at the end of the day, the industry has did this shift, at least from when I was in it full time, where you would stab your mother in the back to get an extra $5 for a fucking ball python. And no one would tell you secrets. Nobody would tell you, how they keep things, how to hopefully make more eggs, how to keep an animal better. It was all very guarded. And now it's changed to, it's like you got these people congratulating these other people for putting out dog shit, right? Well, like it's saying, oh, that's the fucking coolest animal I've ever seen. And meanwhile, it's just, fucking something that they would sell in Petco. I really think that at some point this year, there's going to be a big food market for ball pythons, and they're going to start being sold for food for other animals. At least the low end stuff, because no matter what you do, you're almost always guaranteed a few normals in a clutch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line. And I think it's actually going to go that way. And I was talking to Desiree over at Cold Blooded Cafe, and she kind of agrees with me that it's hit that kind of inflection point now. Now, do you think there's too many ball pythons in America? Because if you care about the animal, you have to be like, I think there are too many right now.
Yeah, I would love to know a number. I would love to know a number on how many there are and how many, all of that. I think I think you could say that there's an argument that there are too many, but I would be quicker to say there's too many retics. There's too many giant.
I would agree with that
The
too.
good thing about a ball python is, we might, maybe there's a case for overproduction, but they're a small animal that you reasonably can house for life in a small area, right?
Right.
As compared to, not to hate on anything, I personally have retics, so I love them, but that's way more problematic to me. Is animals that we know that people cannot, the majority of people cannot adequately house or care for.
Right.
To be producing those en masse seems insane to me personally.
Well, especially with retic clutches, right? You're talking,
right?
60 to 90 eggs a clutch, right? And I mean, apparently there's an international market for those.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen much of one. Like I don't know how Garrett stays in business, to be honest with you, because I don't see that many people buying retics, every day. And I'm not at the shows and all that, so I don't know. But you are at the shows. Are there a ton of people buying retics at the shows?
I think so. I mean, the super dwarfs are a different beast than the mainland stuff. I mean, I have experience with the pure super dwarf stuff. We have one at Kinova, and it's 5 years old, and it's 5 feet long, and it's a female, and it's tiny. It's like smaller than my carpet pythons, right?
Right.
And I know he's got a huge customer base. A lot of people are really into that species. A lot of people, again, it's another species that has a bunch of morphs, so a lot of people are really into that whole side of it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think on our end, I also know that we are personally, for all the snakes that we produce, we send a lot overseas. We have customers in Thailand, Indonesia, Japan, Hong Kong, Canada, obviously. That's not overseas, but several countries in Europe, the UK. We've got more Asian countries that I'm now too tired to remember. But I mean, we probably do, maybe it could be close to like 40% of our snakes go overseas.
Right. Go outside the country.
Yeah. And those are places where they don't have as established of market. That's why they import so much. They don't have these established markets like we have in the US. They haven't been breeding them for 30 years. And so the markets over there are a lot younger. So they're having to outsource for animals to sell within their country or start their own breeding programs with.
Right. Well, yeah, but you got to figure, right? 50,000 snakes, ball pythons available on morph market alone,
true.
Right? Between America and Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like think of how many snakes are not on morph market. It has to be 3 times that, right?
Yeah.
And if you told me that there was 150,000 of like any animal in the world, I'd be like, I would have never guessed that number. Like if you had told me that there was 150,000 sharks in the world, I would have never thought. I never thought there were 150,000 sharks in the world, right? So I think that it has to hit a point, like even with these other countries, especially these Asian countries, I've seen the way the regular people take care of their shit. And I would rather fucking freeze the animal than send it over there on certain, people. But yeah, hey, if it's working for you, I say let it work. I mean, you guys, what's the average yield per year that you put out?
So the biggest year we've ever had was last year, and that was 300 clutches. Okay. And this year, I think we're looking at maybe 250, and I think that's probably where we want to be. I think between 200 and 250 is kind of a sweet spot for us in terms of we produce what we need to continue to progress our projects. We produce for our customer base, the higher end stuff. And then in the process of that, we end up with, as we spoke already about, animals that are not necessarily higher end, but we can sell as pets or all of that. Yeah.
But if you did 300 clutches,
8 eggs a clutch. I mean, it's
a lot of
15,
snakes.
1,500 babies or so.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also a far cry from somebody like Will Banks who puts out 3,000 clutches a year, right?
Which
So
I can't even comprehend, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, like the amount of work that would have to be
Right.
is just this insane amount of work. But Wilbanks also said that they started going towards the pet end of things 5 or 6 years ago
Hmm.
because they saw it going that way.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that you guys have to worry about is on your high end stuff selling to competition, right? Because there'll
Yeah.
always be somebody that might get luckier than you, right?
Yeah.
But also you guys are at that point that if they do, you just fucking buy it from them, right? And
Right.
then just kind of work it that way.
That is, I mean, that is probably the toughest part about being in this area of, this segment of the industry, is that your customers are your competition, right? No, very few people are buying a $10,000 snake just as a pet, right?
Mm-mm.
I mean, now, granted, I have sold $10,000 snakes as pets several times, but the vast majority of those type of animals are going to people who are trying to breed and trying to produce. And we have customers who have produced amazing things that we haven't made. They've made things before we could make them, which is, I think it's just part of it. And there's a certain element, kind of goes back to what you're saying, that, it used to be that nobody talked about anything, nobody shared anything, everybody was all hush hush. I think there's a certain element of like just acceptance that you have to have because it's all a game of chance anyway, right? Like,
right, totally.
You could, in some ways, it's better if our customer does produce it and then we can buy it, because then at least we're not having to wait 5 years for us to produce it if we keep failing, right? If we keep missing the odds. So,
well, it's not only the odds thing, right? Like sometimes they just won't breed,
right?
And whenever I talk to a guy that's has frustration that his $10,000 snake didn't breed, I'm like, dude, it's a live animal. Like you can't tell. But like, think about the zoo that paid $500,000 for a fucking panda, and the panda didn't breed that first year, right? So they still only have one panda in the fucking zoo. So it's like that people don't really recognize it, but also people don't recognize that it's kind of like opening up a restaurant, this hobby, right? Like there's a very small chance of succeeding at a level that, a level like Justin, or a level like, Bob Vu. Like Bob Vu was one of the guys that nobody saw coming, like, I mean, Bob Vu really just came out of nowhere really quickly. Who would you say?
Savvy guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Bob's incredible. Who would you say, and you don't have to be held to this because you obviously aren't running the company, but who would you say is your biggest competition right now?
We have several. I mean, I think historically, probably like Aussie but as the years go by, there's other people that have come up. I mean, people that are there's a lot of people that are producing animals, on our level or close to it, maybe not in the numbers that we are.
Right.
And I think that might be where we have the advantage, is that we have, because we do have a more established collection, we have more clutches to work with, right? And that's part of the reason that we do continue to produce, a certain number of clutches is because when you're playing with so many different mutations and have such low odds, the more clutches you have, the more opportunities you have to hit the animal that you need. So, but I mean, Chimera has produced amazing stuff. There's a whole bunch. Honestly, I'm going to forget to name like 50 different people.
But there are people out there now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll agree. There's some, basement breeders out there now that are just
our customers, like I said,
odd, hitting those odds. And, you just look at it. But also nowadays, for $1,500, you could get genes that are unreal. Whereas back when we were doing it, you'd have to spend $6 or $7 to get those genes, and they were fucking codoms or incomplete dominance or whatever the fuck you call it now. But so 300 clutches would be your top part. Do you have to hire more people when it's a year like that?
So we did and we didn't. We did hire somebody, but it wasn't actually for that job. We have a small. I think a lot of people are kind of surprised by what like a tight ship we have. I mean, it's me and Justin, who for the most part, Justin. I mean, he does some stuff with pairings and he does stuff with like identifying the morphs and stuff. But in terms of like animal care, Justin might do some like extra feedings at nighttime and stuff like that. But for the most part, pretty hands off with animal care.
Mhm.
The main like animal care people we have Rob, who used to work for Garrett at Reptile Reptiles.
Mhm.
We have Rob, who does all of our juvenile animals. So everything from birth to when they get put basically in like the subadult rack to be holdbacks. Everything before that, he's doing that whole flow. Chase is doing the adults, all the breeders. And then we have Chaz, who does our subadults. So this we're holding back and growing up. And then Chaz also works with the few little kind of random snakes we have, like the Bolins and things like that. And we have a rat, and we have Greg, who works in the rat room, and that is it. Like we don't have like tons of people coming in and out all the time.
Yeah, that's one of the things that surprised me when I came out there. It was just like Summer, Chase, the rat guy, and Justin.
Yeah,
and that was all the people that were there.
Some days that's all that's there. Yeah, because I mean we have Chaz. Chaz comes twice a week, so he comes Monday and Tuesdays to do the subadults.
And when you first started there, right? When you very first started and you started advancing a little bit, did you ever catch Chase giving you like the side eye, like what's this bitch trying to do? This bitch trying to fucking get above me? You could tell me the truth because Chase already told the truth.
I mean, I'm sure. I don't know. I didn't notice. I took. Like I said, for the first 9 months I worked there, all I did was clean snakes all day long. Like I came in the morning, I started on one side of the room and just cleaned up over and over and over again. Listened to a million and bajillion podcasts.
When you started there, was the new place already built?
Yeah, so he basically had built the new place, and I guess when he was moving down, I think they had somebody that they had part-time cleaning cages to help out. And that person couldn't, live too far away now because he didn't move with them. Like Chase moved with him. So he put a thing on Facebook about it. And I just said, hey, I need, at the time I had just gotten kicked off my parents' health insurance because I was like 26 or whatever.
Right.
So I was like, I need some extra money because like this $400 a month for health insurance is not the vibe. So I was like, what the heck, I'll put, send her an email, and ended up, getting the job. And really, I think, my role there has just always been evolving in a way, like just figuring out what we need to grow, you know what I mean? And shifting into different,
yeah, obviously I was kidding with the Chase thing because you do totally different jobs than Chase.
No, I don't. I don't breed.
I just wanted to sow a little discord at Kinova, right? That's all I wanted to do. Do you have Justin's old office now, or are you one of the? I'm in the 36 car garage now with a view.
No. So we're in. Chase and I are still in the good old office, and Justin has yet to officially give up his spot there. So he's got dual residency. He's got his giant ivory tower that he sits in, overlooking all the fancy cars, and then he's also still got a spot in our office that he comes down to. So
yeah, I think that the view is the best part of that garage, not the car.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
it's
unreal. Like a painting, but it's real.
Yeah, it's really. And I had only seen it when it was still concrete. It was just concrete. And Justin fucking, he's like, yeah, it'll hold 36 cars, but I'm only going to have 22 because, who wants to be that guy? And I'm like, you pretentious fuck. All right. Fuck, you want to be that guy. But it's actually nice to see the dude killing it like it is. But
yeah.
And you could, tell me if I'm wrong or not. I think that Justin would have been this successful regardless of what business he chose to go into.
I think so. I think he's just a dedicated person, who has, I think some people are just natural entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? And I
Right.
think that's really what Justin is. But I do think that Justin has the reason that he's been able to be so successful is also because he's been able to maintain interest, right?
Right.
He's
Right.
still just as excited about hatching stuff and the new stuff he can make today as I think he was, 20 years ago.
Right.
And so I think that has allowed him to be successful because he does deep down care about what he's doing.
Right. All right. Now let's lose a few people here and switch gears to music.
Go for it.
Mostly acoustic or no? Mostly a band situation.
So I'll just give you my little brief trajectory. I mean, I started out doing this kind of stuff my mom's was a bit of a pageant mom, kind of in a way, not in a bad way though, but like she realized I could sing on tune, like in tune, as like a toddler. And so when I was like 3, I was in like singing competitions and on little like public television shows for like, little like Barney type things, but like local television shows type stuff. So I always did that. She put me in piano as soon as I could read, which I was in piano when I was 5, started taking guitar lessons, all that stuff, all throughout college. And then in high school, I actually went to basically like a fame type school, like a performing arts school. Right. So I did voice there. So like half of my classes every day were choir or piano or music theory or whatever it might be. And then in high school is when I started really kind of writing songs, and, I think everybody in kind of high school wants to be a famous musician, right? Or maybe it's just me, but who doesn't think I want to be a rock star when you're 15 or whatever. So I started writing songs and really getting into like my own musical interest, beyond just whatever was fed to me as a kid. And then, in college, I had no idea what I wanted to do because the idea of just like doing some kind of random job and like sitting behind a desk all day at some like random office somewhere made me want to like crawl in a hole and die. Yeah. So I went to college undeclared, and I thought about doing nursing, and for various reasons, I quickly decided that was not for me, mostly because I have crippling anxiety and I was having panic attacks that I was going to murder someone with my, like giving them a bad dose of medicine or something. But I'd already done a bunch of science classes. And so I said, well, I always loved reptiles. Let me, why don't I've already got all these science, like biology classes in the bank at college. So what if I just switch to herpetology major and get a degree in biology with a specialization in herpetology? And so I did that for a semester, and then I looked up how much herpetologists make. And I was like, if I'm going to make $30,000 a year, I might as well be a musician, because that's what I really wanted to do. So I switched from that to music. And I did like classical, it was like opera, basically, classical music school for another couple of semesters. And then I realized, okay, well, I know how to sing. I know music. I know all this stuff, but how do you be a musician, right? Like, how do you do it? So I switched yet again. And I actually ended up getting my degree in music business. So I ended up taking another year of classes at Berkeley in Massachusetts for, just all the contemporary music type stuff. So I did that. And I loved it. It was amazing. I had some really great experiences. And throughout that time, I started playing with a band. I started, playing at open mics, doing acoustic stuff, playing original music, playing covers, all the typical things. I recorded a couple EPs. I did a couple Kickstarters. I had a YouTube channel going for years and years that I would put covers on and stuff like that. And then, it sounds lame to say, but I just didn't have I taught music. Like I said, I taught dance and music for about 5 years as my full income was all I did was teach and then play gigs and stuff on the side. And I just got tired of working nights. I got tired of not being home, being off schedule of everybody else in the world, right? Yep. That has evenings free and works during the day. I got tired of that. I got tired of not really having, to be honest, I mean, like, it was kind of like this was what it was going to be, right? And is this what it's going to be for the rest of my life? And so that's when I tried to made the decision to switch over to Kinova full time, because I just saw more opportunity there to progress and learn new things. I'd kind of felt like I had learned everything I was going to learn doing the music and the dance stuff, and I like to learn stuff. So I was like, this is something new. I can grow and all that there. So.
Well, you didn't do the most important part, you know, and that's just like sex and drugs, right? Like you weren't going to be that kind of musician ever,
No.
right? Yeah.
It's just not my personality. I went on my first date when I was 23.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not, like I said, anxiety queen over here. So I
don't even know what to say to that, but okay.
I wasn't gonna be like, yeah, I think ultimately, you know, in hindsight, I look back now as I'm about to turning 31 tomorrow.
Oh, no shit. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. I think back like, man, if I just had, you know, the self-confidence, you know, things that I didn't have then, could I have done better? Could I have been more successful? Could I have taken it further? You know, I somewhere in there, I also moved to LA for a year. I left that out because I forgot about it, but I moved to LA for a year to try to pursue it. But yeah, it just ultimately wasn't the right time or place for me to do that long term. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, I moved to LA too, but I ended up spending 12 years there.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a lot of fun in LA, depending on, you know, what you're doing.
Right.
You know, but like, I got a feeling that not only because of the age difference, but your favorite bands and my favorite bands are going to be drastically different, right? Like, it's like, what's your favorite band of the last 20 years?
Oh, 20 years. See, I like all old crap.
Okay, let's go then. For, you know,
I mean, my favorite band of all time is Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. Okay.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac. That's my number one. My number two is probably Simon and Garfunkel or Paul Simon. And then I do love some of the modern stuff that I like. I like kind of just pop adjacent stuff. Like everything I like could
are you
kind
a
of be
Swiftie?
Considered pop. I'm not a Swiftie. I've never been a Swiftie. I've tried, and I feel like guilty. I don't know why. I guess because I feel like everybody thinks she's so great. I've probably listened to every single one of her albums because I'm the type of freak that like I listen to. If somebody's like, "Hey, check out this artist," I find their most popular album or whatever, and I listen to the whole thing. I don't just like pick one song. I'm like, I'm gonna give it an honest shot, right? I've listened to all of her albums, and it's not that I think she's horrible. It just doesn't connect with me. Something about the writing or whatever.
That's because you're out of high school and
maybe.
Actually, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Again, I was not the jealous. I wasn't a date. I didn't do the dating scene. I didn't have my heart broken a million times.
Vance is a Swiftie, right? That's cool. Now doing like from your bands that you liked, was LA really? I mean, did anything happen for you in LA? Because that scene is so different from like a New York scene.
Yeah, I started I got a group. I started getting a group together out there, and while I was out there, I ended up getting hired by a production company to write, basically compose an original song for like their soundtrack for an independent film. So I did that. I recorded that out there at a studio I think it was in Orange County. It's called Hybrid Studios. But I recorded out there with some people that I've been playing with. But basically the main guy that I had been collaborating with out there, some other, you know, his old friends that he used to play with got their band back together, and he kind of ditched me. And again, at the time, I just didn't have the level of like self-assuredness or anything to kind of move past that. I was kind of like, well, now I'm screwed, right? Like I spent this whole year working with this person, writing all these songs, working them out, like, you know, having band practice twice a week, doing all this stuff. And then it was just all over. He quit the band via email. Um, so I kind of went into like a little bit of a, just a lull, I think then. And then when I came back to Georgia after that, that was when I started a band here and had a ton of fun. Like, I love electro swing, actually. It's really fun music. When I taught tap dancing, it was really fun to do tap dancing to electro swing. So I actually did
I don't even know what that is.
It's basically swing that has been electronified. Like, people just do remixes of like swing. So it's really fun, but it's kind of one note. You know what I mean? Once you've heard one electro swing song, you've kind of heard them all.
Is that like Brian Setzer would be a little bit more? You've probably never even heard of Brian Setzer, right? Never mind. I withdraw the question. Okay. Stray Cats? Really? You never heard of Stray Cats? Guns N' Roses? Have you heard?
I know Guns N' Roses. Who doesn't know Guns N' Roses? Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool. But now you're in Georgia playing again, right?
Yeah.
Are you with a band now or no?
So I'm not. I have. Sorry, I'm gonna stop my camera and turn it right back on.
Yeah, you leaned forward. That's why. Take do you have a little thing on your? Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
So I don't have a band at the moment. I had, like I said, a group. The last thing we really did together was we put out a single in like 2020. And then again, as happens with trying to manage multiple people, somebody moved and somebody got a different job and somebody, who knows what, everybody kind of had something different going on. But I've actually decided to just go at it alone for the time being. I actually am going into the studio next Saturday to record a single. I mean, a single, a song. Yeah, just get back in there and work on some stuff. I might be putting together, depending on how recording it goes. I've got a couple people, just a friend of mine who produces that I really like. I've worked with him before. We vibe really well. We've got a guy coming in to do the drums, and then another guy that is like basically more of an arranger. Like, he does like strings and all sorts of, like, he's one of those people that like is just way smarter than me in terms of knowing. I understand music theory, but I don't write based on music theory. I write based on my ear.
Right.
He's like the opposite, right? Like, he is one of those like really technical people who creates things based on the functionality of the theory behind it, right? So it's always interesting to me for me to work with somebody like that, because it's antithetical in a way. But it can end up with some cool results. So I'm excited for that. If it goes well, I think I'm going to try to record a full album this year. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited about it.
And what are you playing out of? What's your main guitar?
I've got a Guild. It's a model they don't make anymore. I don't remember the name of it. But I kind of hate it. I'm always, every time I have a rotating guitar. The only guitar that I keep around is I've got like a Telecaster over there. But I usually gig with an acoustic, and I just have a history of, I have an acoustic for 2 or 3 years, and then I think of a reason that I hate it and want a different one, and a different one's better. So then I sell that one and get a new one. And then after a couple of years, I have a reason I hate this one. And then I do the same thing over and over and over again. So yeah, right now I have the Guild, but I probably won't in 6 months. So. Right.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, where could people find music?
So I have a website. That's probably the easiest place. And then from the website, you can find me, it's just summergracemusic.com. Okay. So all my Spotify, I've got stuff on Spotify. I've got a YouTube channel that goes back to when I was in high school. It's like got videos from like 15 years ago. Please don't watch those. And then, like I said, follow me on Instagram too. It's like Summer Grace Sings, I think. Yeah, Summer Grace Sings. Okay. And yeah, you can follow along, and like I said, hopefully I'll get this song out and then be able to put some more stuff out. So if you guys are interested, If you like soft rock and kind of that genre. That's basically what it is. Like,
Right. And is Summer Grace Music also on Instagram or no?
so it's on Instagram. It's Summer Grace Sings.
Summer Grace Sings. Okay. Everybody follow her on Summer Grace Sings. At least do that. Which I'm sure you'll do all the announcing when you
Yeah.
put everything out there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you for hanging out with me for an hour. I appreciate you.
Well, thanks for tolerating me.
Yeah. No, you're pretty easy to tolerate, and you're a lot nicer. I knew you were nicer when Patrick put out those videos of you guys going store to store, getting the leg.
That was a fun time. That was a good break from the Reptile show. So,
well, he actually told me, he was like, he asked you, he's like, how do I get this, like, so that we have like a memory? And you were like, dickhead, just record it, you know? And then literally he was sending me every clip. And it got me a little bit upset when you guys were going, because he would end every clip with, I love you, Chris. All right. And I was just like, whoa, I didn't know we were at that level yet.
right.
Okay?
Apparently we are.
But apparently, no, I want to thank you guys for doing that. That meant a lot to me, you know, especially at a time where I just got the thing chopped off and you guys were actually,
well, we have the leg. I see it every day.
Oh, yeah. I know you guys do. I got the other one here.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah, thank you for doing that. And listen, everybody go follow her. Summer Grace Music, pretty much everywhere, right? If they type that in,
you can find it in. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Summer, thank you again. And I'm going to throw you backstage for a minute and just hang out for 2 seconds, okay?
Yeah. Thanks so much.
All right, babe. Thank you. Oh, she's fucking cool, huh? She's a lot nicer than I thought. Got to tell you. A little bit of a sweetheart there. Hopefully I will see her by the end of the year at one of the big shows, or I might actually go down to Kinova and see what they got going on there. Once again, I'll go down to Kinova and not look in one tub and just have fucking people talk to me, because I don't care, right? I don't care about the snakes. Anyway, listen, go buy a rack from fucking Sea Serpents, okay? Sea Serpents, I mean, they've been with me. I've known Chris for probably close to 20 years now. And best racks, best PVC racks, best incubators in the hobby. Go check them out at seaserpents.com. All right, do me a favor, guys. On your way out, just hit the like button if you didn't hit the like button yet. If you like what you watched here today, go join the Patreon at patreon.com/thefatmannation. It's actually right in the notes down here. Make sure you're a member of USARC. Fucking keep that whole thing going, because without them, all your shit's gonna get taken away, and you're gonna have a bad time, right? So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm gonna be back Sunday night for my one black friend and my one white friend. Then next Sunday we'll have another Hot Girl Sunday night episode. So I appreciate you guys being here, and I will talk to you guys later on. All right, take it easy, guys.